Hello guys and welcome to Survival Russia. So today is a day where we're gonna try and or attempt, you can say, to put on the lift kit. Hopefully it will be successful. I say hopefully because you know, with cars there's always something that can go in a different direction or move in a different direction than you originally thought it would, right? But I've been trying to analyze this here as the best as I can, and it should be possible. And I also got the new shocks and so on, which are a little bit longer and so forth. So yeah, let's see. The lift kit is like a body lift kit, but it's not a body lift kit, because normally when you're talking body lift on a four-wheel drive or any vehicle, then there's a lot of different things that have to be adjusted and so on, because you're lifting the body off the frame. Here we are actually doing something much more simple. Okay, so let's try and dive in under the car. Here we have my my canvas tarp, which I waterproofed in a video. As you can see, it's a heavy used tarp, as I said. But anyway, here we have what we call the front bridge, and here we have a bolt, and we have a similar bolt over there. We have another bolt on the other side. There we have a dog. But it's between here, it's up here. We're gonna screw out these bolts here, and we're gonna put in the blocks of steel there. And that means that we're gonna create a space of 40 millimeters between frame and bridges here, right? So the engine, the gearbox and diff there, the exhaust, the tube with the propeller shaft or drive shaft in, the rear diff and everything is all mounted to the frame and the chassis. The only part really is actually the steering link up there. But yeah, I think it's possible, because it's a funky steering link, and you know, even the gasoline tank and the fuel lines and everything, it all sits on the frame. There's of course also the soft rubber brake lines, but I mean, they are very long and so on, so I cannot see that they should be a problem. Yesterday I tried to loosen up the bolts, and yeah, not all of them, but it seems like they're possible to. It seems like it's possible to remove them. So yeah, let's see how it goes. Another little issue we have is these straps here. You can see they have they're like a stop for you know, when the wheels lift off the ground, that the drive shafts here, the axles here, that they will not be pulled out of the gearbox, of course. And it's the same on the rear. So I most likely have to fabricate some extensions for these guys, because they are of course located on all four wheels. I know, since I'm lifting the vehicle 40 millimeters, then I would guess I'll have to extend them 40 millimeters, but I'm not really sure about that, actually. We'll see. Let's do it. Some people want me to go to the forest and do this and that, and we also have the tool projects and so on, but basically we have to get this done, because I have today and tomorrow most likely, where the weather will be all right, and yeah, winter's coming, right? So you know, it's rare that I go to the forest just for enjoyment. I always have of course I enjoy it, but I always have some reason to be there, something to do, scout for game or whatnot, right? So yeah. First off, we're gonna remove the bolts from the drive axle here on both sides on the front, because we are gonna have to slide in some discs. They're gonna put some discs in, some spacers. And I want to remove the straps here on both sides, and here you can see the steering. I mean, the steering, everything on the steering is fixed to the bridge there, and these mono swing arms here, they're of course also fixed to the bridge. So the steering, all these steering joints and rods, tie rods and whatnot, they will actually have the same angle. It's only the big rod going from the steering wheel, or from this little guy here and all the way down there. But yeah, I don't know. I think it should work. And yeah, I am gonna prevent the car from rolling a little bit later on. This have to go, and these have to go, and the shock absorbers, of course, as well. So the strap here have been removed, and this bolt here doesn't look all that awesome actually. But I tried to screw in this bolt, and it seemed to kind of work. But yeah, old cars, old cars. The joy of car restoration. You never know what's going on. So what we're gonna do now is I'm already now gonna slide in this disc here, or this spacer between the portal hub and the axle. This is the old bolt, and as you can see, this is the new bolts. They are a tad longer, very fine threading. Alright guys, I'm not 100% sure how much you guys can see from over there actually. Some of you wanted to see a little bit more about the building process and so on, but it also takes a hell of a long time to show stuff on camera. But anyway, we got the disc there, spacer, or what we call it, in. We're just gonna fix it with one bolt at least, because we don't want this axle here to drop out, because then I have to empty all the gearbox oil out and all sorts of stuff in order to put it back where it belongs. That's a long story. Anyway, I'm gonna get the bolts back in and get back to you guys with further development. So guys, I had the first little, you can say, slight problem of understanding what this is. Because these are, I found, they are for the rear. They are very simple. But these guys, what in the world is going on with that? I found out, and it's actually pretty clever. These two bolts here bolt onto the top frame, and these two bolts here are the ones that we actually bolt to the bridge itself. That means that we're actually gonna slide the bridge a little bit forwards. That's in order to compensate for the steering. I was actually a little bit worried about that. I was thinking, maybe it just works, but it works with this. Supposedly, I called the guys there, and yeah, I think it's time to just try and get these guys on here. And the bolts at the front bridge, they are really, really tight. I have to use this breaker bar here to get them loose. So that one is loose, and I'll do that 3 more times, so see you later. Okay guys, sun have actually gone down a little while ago, but we still have some light running, and these bolts holding the two bridges there, these 8 bolts, so yeah, 8, they are pretty tight. They are pretty tight. I mean, they have of course not been most likely anyway, not been removed ever since 1985 when the car was made, right? So I'm making sure that I can actually unscrew all the bolts for the bridges, because otherwise it's gonna be really, really not great. And so far I have loosened up 6 bolts. I'm missing 2 bolts on the right rear wheel. So let's see how that goes. We're back in the workshop, guys. Anyway, the bolts. How did I do on the bolts? We have a broken part of a extension for a wrench, or what they're called, wrenches. Yeah, these kits. Those kind of kits over there. So yeah, of course, on the last rear wheel, of course, have to be problems. I broke this little part there. It's not I forgot what they're called in English now. These ratchet, yeah, ratchet ratchet winches, ratchet wrenches, or something like that. Something. Anyway, I had to consult my old friend, the blowtorch here, and as many times before, he solved the problem for me. So I actually loosened up all 8 bolts, including the 2 stubborn ones there. That's pretty awesome. So yeah, very dark outside. It's time to quit it for today. It's also starting to get cold, or humid anyway. So guys, there's only one thing to do, and that is to go early to bed as early as possible, get up as early as possible, because we have a clear sky. Hopefully there's gonna be a clear sky tomorrow morning. If I'm gonna be able to fix everything down to the last detail, so we are driving ready and so on for tomorrow, I don't know. I kind of doubt it actually, but maybe I can surprise myself. Anyway, there's nothing more to say than get up tomorrow morning, seize the day, see what we can do. Check the links in the description, share, subscribe, bell, like, and all that good stuff. And until next time, get out and train, get it done, do something awesome, and yeah, see you in the next one.